Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So finally, for the Year 2 box show and tell, we'll look at Dark. And then this is probably my favorite element, so I've been looking forward to this one. And then we'll look at Ableberries first, and then Max Luck monsters afterwards. So first, here is Loki. And this guy, as you all know, is super crazy. I was thinking that when I did start the new game in JP, I did want to start with a character that had a double null ability, just to, you know, maximize the versatility of that one monster that I got. But Loki might be a good choice, regardless. Just because his bump combo is so strong and can be used in most missions, so yeah, Loki, pretty darn good. This one's got a sidekick too, so. Alright, next up we got my double max luck of Bastet Ascension. And then she's got the S++ of Bias Kin Speed. And it's not the greatest Ableberry, but I thought it was funny to put a S++ on a drop monster, so I left it. And then next up is the monster that I got first, the first 5-star Hatcher monster, and that is Mundus here. And he would be another good choice actually to begin a new game with. Double null ability, very strong bump combo. But since I started this game with him, I'd like to maybe start the new game with a different character, just for variety's sake. If I do get him though, of course, I will be very happy. And then here's the double max luck of Satellite, one of my favorite max lucks. And I tried very hard to get a sidekick Ableberry on her, but wasn't able to do it. And then here is the new Harley Transcendent form. And then she's one of the new Transcendents, which I haven't really tried very hard with the Ableberries, so that's why that. She's super awesome, but to tell the truth, I like the artwork for the Ascension better than the Transcendent form. Okay, next up, let's see, another Mundus. Here's my Lucifer, and yeah, I pulled pretty hard for her. I did eventually get her, but when I finally did, I didn't use her too much actually, except for hunting for Hakua. And then, yeah, she was on my team when I did beat Hakua finally. So yeah, grateful to her for that. And then here is Hamlin, one of the more underrated, misunderstood characters, I think. But he's a lot of fun. And yeah, I wouldn't mind pulling him again. Oh, and he's got some pretty great Ableberries. Detox is really good for floor 24 of the Tower of Champions, and then also Shambhala. And then Survivor is really good, especially for any dark or light monster, since they can go to that opposite element and then do more damage, but not take extra damage. And then here's some strike haste guys. I got Sakura, of course, my favorite character. And then some other guys, here's Siegfried. He was one of the very first 5-star drop monsters, or Hatcher monsters that I ever got. And I used him a lot in the very beginning. I just always positioned him at the bottom and then hit him with my other guys. Especially Leah Ascension. Those are my, that combo I always use together. Made a lot of max lucks with this guy. And then Survivor. Sidekick. Here's Thumbelina. Another one of the more underrated characters. And I really like both versions of her too. Sidekick on her is pretty useless, but I thought it was funny, so I left it. And then Genius, and then a bunch of guys with no Ableberries. And yeah, it's a lot of new Transcendent forms again, because I haven't been doing the temples for them. Hades is pretty great, and he might be a good one to start a new game with as well. He would be especially good for farming the normal quests in order to raise the rank. And then here's Harley X, very, very strong. I've been using her a lot lately. And then Satan, of course, I love him again. And Eclipse. Eclipse is really good. He'd be a good one to start a new game with as well. And then here is Beethoven Alpha, the Ascension version from the last Halloween. And yeah, this guy's not super good, but he is very limited, so I'm happy about that. He's got an interesting strike shot voice, I'll show you that. Yep, okay. And who else we got? A bunch of other guys. Oh, Keitoshi got a really strong Transcendent form just the other day. I'd be interested to try that out. Okay, so I think that'll do it for Hatcher Monsters. Let's look at Max Lux. And in all, looks like I got 22. So let's look at what we got here. Well, we'll look at Rip and Reaper Jack. He was a global exclusive from the last Halloween event. And on paper, he's really good. But I think his strike shot is kind of the most disappointing thing. The multiplier to his attack and speed is pretty low. So it ends up not being super, super good. Otherwise, here's Cthulhu, another English version exclusive. And yeah, he's a good one for, you know, beginners. He was my first Max Luck, actually. I'm not going to miss him too much, though, when I move over to JP. And then here is Fudolmyo. And yeah, just to show off that I made the Impossible Max Luck, his quest was pretty fun. And who else we got? Here's Tsukuyomi, another good Max Luck there. It would probably be a good idea to make her again. And then a couple of Dark Murasame, and I did finish the Light Murasame, which is why I have 2 of her. I don't think I'm going to do that again, though. That was just too much work. And I think that will about do it. So yeah, that concludes my box show and tell for year 2. And yeah, I made it as much to be a record of what I accomplished as to show off to you guys what I was able to get. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.